Which one?
George,
Who's the fish?
George Sanchez. That's a Mexican walking fish.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty bad there. I think that was just after he woke up.
Yeah, just coming to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
took him a while.
Yeah.
He did fall out.
Otherwise he'd slip out.
Yeah,
So it's tripped
couldn't
in.
move his head.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
How long were you out for?
After 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
But Mum says, oh.
This is Alan Byrne and his brother Mark. Alan's been a person who's acquired a brain injury through a misadventure when he was living in Queensland.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Queensland was it?
To Early Beach.
Hurley Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good favourite location, isn't it?
Not anymore.
Yeah. Not anymore for you.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So Alan was working as a Briggies labourer in Early's Beach.
He'd only been up there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
He'd only just moved up there.
Yeah. To be near my side.
And what happened, Alan? You sort of got a bit...
I just felt a bit sick.
Yeah. So you said to your boss you're feeling a bit sick, and he said you better go home early.
I knocked off early.
So on your way home.
So, on the day it was maybe over 40 degrees and
42.
over 80%.
You managed to get across a roundabout, or halfway, and just collapsed.
Sort of. Yeah.
How long were you there? Lying on the roundabout?
About 45 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes, just laying there.
45.
45.
45 minutes, and you were just cars were going around and people were walking
Yeah.
around, and no one stopped.
Even my fellow workers drove past me.
Yep.
And thought I was sleeping.
Heat stroke. He just collapsed, boiled his blood.
Overheated.
Yeah. And all his organs failed.
Yeah. Even my memorable.
So very highly dehydrated.
Yeah.
What happened when the ambulance got you?
They weren't sure what was wrong with him.
I got taken to foster bottle, and then airlifted to Deville. Every organ in my body failed.
He lost like 50, 60 kilos in 5 weeks while he was in the coma. When he come out, like, he just got skinnier and skinnier. When he come out, he was only like 70 kilos, and he was like 120 or something when he went in.
Gee. So you had to learn all over again. Everything had to restart again.
Yeah, I think they just went through his mobile to find a number and called Mum.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. And we didn't really know what was going on, so we
No.
flew up there. And they didn't really know what was going on for a while, so we just sort of sat around hospitals for the first couple of weeks.
You really virtually just sat there and waited yourself.
Yeah, just waited.
So after you got out of Townsville, did you come back to Melbourne
After 10 weeks,
after 10 weeks?
when I was fit enough
To get on a plane.
to fly.
This is where he's coming back home from Townsville. They were real worried because even there he couldn't hold his head up for too long. So, but he had to be able to hold his head up for the duration of the flight, or they wouldn't let him on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a bit of a mission. They had to take a few seats out
Yeah.
to get him back down.
Right.
I had to fly with nurses and doctors,
Okay.
and that was an effort in itself. And then he went straight to Epworth.
Yeah.
How long were you at
I
Epworth?
did.
A long time.
A long time.
Did-
About 2 years.
About 2 years.
Yeah.
When you go through acquired brain injury, I was in a similar situation where you really have to literally learn how to walk and talk again.
Yeah, well, they got the whole speech
Yeah,
pathologist, the person that teaches you how to
Yeah.
read.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, it is amazing.
Just like being reborn again, isn't
It
it?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just Alan on a friend's motorbike. We just get some good photos. He used to have a motorbike himself.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah. So he still likes to.
To sit on it, even if
Yeah. Oh, we couldn't let him ride it. No, we let him have a go on a go-kart once, and
it's dangerous. Just what you're going through, even the rehab, you know, it's the whole process, isn't it? Is learning how to look after yourself again and do everything for yourself.
It was.
Yeah. Like you said, because when you came out of hospital in Townsville, you were virtually lifeless. You couldn't really do anything
Very
at all.
much.
Strapped into your wheelchair so you didn't slip out and everything. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And then you came back to basically learning how to even just move yourself around in a wheelchair, and then slowly trying to teach yourself how to walk again. And you know, it's a major problem, isn't it? Yeah.
well, it's 5 years on, and he's still going to physio and doing all those things.
Yeah.
When we go through rehabilitation, you're really improving really rapidly. And I remember when I was even doing rehab, the nurses said, "Oh, isn't he doing so well? You know, he's improving all the time." And then you come to a plateau where you know, it just levels out, and you even think you're going backwards a little bit for a time, but you're not really. You're just really going over the things and relearning again, and you know.
I think that's what it was
Yeah.
for the last year.
Yeah. So you know, you sort of you in yourself you think, oh, what's happened? I've gone backwards all of a sudden. I've been improving and now I've slipped backwards. But you're not. You're really only just getting them into proper order and momentum happening again. And it's a slow process.
Getting used to life.
Getting used to life. Yeah.
A different life.
It's a different life. It is. It's a brand new Alan Byrne. It's different to the old one. Yeah. How do you find people accept you now? You know, people treat you differently now to what they would have before your injury?
Some people. Some people.
Yeah.
But not everyone.
Not everyone, no. Mark doesn't.
No. My family doesn't.
And they're about the only ones who really don't. I mean, other people see you as a different person than what you were. Big question marks. Yeah. Because even now, even though I'm fully recovered technically, but you know, there's still people who think, you know, I've got a brain loose. I'm not altogether there. So you know, it's just a part of life.
You supported me.
Yeah. You really need to have a lot of people around you and give you as much information as possible, and ideally accept the information that you're being given.
That's the big one there. But you know, he wants his independence too. So at least here he's got that, and we're just down there. So if he falls too heavily, you can always hear it down there. Anyway.
So that's an added benefit of being able to live close to your family carers and you know, having instant response. You know. You know, if you live totally on your own, who would sort of...
There is no support for people. If he was by himself, you worry. Because he'd be in a nursing home or something with a lot, you know, people 40 years older than him. And that's wrong.
Well, I guess the problem there, if he'd just fallen over in the street and didn't have any work cover, he'd most likely be in a nursing home, and he wouldn't have any support at all. It is very grim, and Alan's really fortunate to be able to have this home built, because otherwise he'd be part of the other group where they're trying to get young people living out of nursing homes. So this is the ideal sort of situation where he's got a unit very close to his carers, and they can keep an eye on what's going on, and yet ideally living independently.
And we thought that when he was, you know, a few years ago, what had happened if, you know, we didn't have the work cover thing. And how would we probably wouldn't have even been able to afford him to get him back down.
Exactly.
Sort of thing from Townsville. Because I think that in itself costs $60,000 or something.
Anything can happen. Anybody can have an injury, so you never know when you're going to need an ambulance. So that's a $60,000 trip. You would have paid for that out of your own pocket.
I do most things by myself.
Well, he made all his bed and all that this morning, like gets up and doesn't unlock the door really until all the house is sort of nice and tidy.
I'll just go and sleep in bed for a sec.
That's where the job is.
Come to my place.
He mops all these floors. You know, he's got the vacuum.
And do the bed give me.
And that's why we keep buying him pets and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to give him that extra bit of responsibility, something to look after, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What other social things do you do outside the house, Alan? Where do you go?
Physio,
Physio.
gym,
Physio and gym.
swimming,
Swimming.
Yeah, yeah.
All down at Cassia.
and just sailing.
Sailing. This is on sailing, I think, in
Morning
down in Mornington.
in the bay.
In the bay there, that was competition, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes into competition sometimes. And you go to the group up there.
It's a group called Brain Strength, and it's working with people with acquired brain injury. We all have acquired brain injury, and so it's initially it's a support group, but we're really developing skills and on trying to teach ourselves to do things again, and also then look for our own advocacy, you know, to really improve things for ourselves. And so, you know, Alan's really come a long way just in having this unit. Whereas, you know, if you were living in a nursing home, you'd be just a destitute.
You're not inclined to get better.
No.
No, you just,
If anything, you go down.
you do.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah. Yeah, this is when his house is getting built, the place we're in now, his little unit. Alan up in his house, there's my little brother Matty. I think he picked him up to get him up in the house, to get him standing.
Yes.
And we kept getting in trouble, because even though it was on here, it was still a building site.
Yeah.
So, oh, you're not allowed up there, you're not covered. And we're like, come on, mate, yeah. It's his house, let him in it. Yeah. No, we weren't going to give up on him, because he's part of the family, you know, so why would you give up? And, you know, what if he's got an injury, we were always just going to accept whatever happened, because we're pretty easy going, and just move along with it. Yeah, so we've done that. I think Daniel and Alan might be having a bit more trouble than we are. But that's
Yeah,
understandable, yeah.
But he wasn't giving up in the beginning either, was
No, absolutely not. He was always going to fight through it, so we had faith.
he?
He'd do as much as he could.
Yeah.
So, you know, we just had to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's great. It is great.
Yeah. He still has highs and lows.
Mm.
Yeah.
I do.
It's part of the injury, having highs and lows.
Of course, stand up, more not.
Why not? Yeah, we want to see you stand up.
Mm.
Don't see it happen very often.
No.
There we go. That's all right, isn't it?
It's easy.
There it is.
Mm. 1, 2, 3, come on.
You're going to walk around the block?
No. I can't do that.
No, you can stand up. That's a good start.
Yeah.